Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Been wanting to do this video for a little while, like many other videos. We are at Angle End in Great Wilbraham. It's a 2-bedroom detached cottage. It is Grade 2 listed. It's got some nice grounds, quite a nice sized garden. Got an outbuilding too. It's on the market currently for £500,000, and in the last 12 months the lady's invested in a new thatch roof. That would have been quite a bit of money, to quite a big investment, but it's future proofing it for anyone who wishes to buy it. She's also had a new oil tank, should I say, because there is no gas in the village, to point that out. So we are on oil in Great Wilbraham, or electric. But this one is run on oil, so it has got central heating in the cottage, which is great. So let's come through. Beautiful. Look at the flowers on that rose bush at the moment. That is really lovely. However, I'm gonna spoil that, because if I bought this cottage, I'd probably want to create some parking in this area here, which could be done. You may need to speak to the local planners, but I think it's something that could be achieved. So I would probably dig that up and move that, because I wouldn't want to lose it, because that's a really lovely rose bush, quite a mature rose bush. There is also, there's an old pond here, which is not used anymore. I think it was once upon a time. So that's something that someone may wish to consider what they do with that. And if you just swing round to your left, you've got the little outbuilding, which is really handy, because especially if you've got children, it doesn't matter. There's gardening tools, there's space for your push bikes, even a motorbike, whatever. That's quite useful to have. And this was rebuilt in the last 10 years, so it's probably quite solid, is what I would say. This here is where the old oil tank was positioned, but as I say, that's been replaced. That's moved further back into the garden. So we're going to go have a quick look in the garden, because it is a charming garden, quite a mature garden. You have to bear in mind, we're in the middle of a very warm and dry summer. So everyone's garden's looking a little bit parched right now. There's also a hose pipe ban. Everyone will know that locally. So the grass is looking a little bit worse for wear, but that's an easy fix. That'll come back as soon as a couple of days of rain. That'll be back to normal. So really lovely walled garden, as you can see on this rear end here. And I think most of the way down here, although this is slightly newer, but this wall down here is quite an old wall, which is really lovely. But what I'd also say is it's quite private. I would say we're not overlooked, which is quite nice. I love the little terraced area there. That patio is really nice. The boiler room is outside, which you can just see that brick built shed there. So that's where the boiler is housed. And to give you an idea of orientation, that is south. So that is a very nice sunny rear garden. The sun will set in the west over here. So east is here in the morning. So you are going to be in sunshine all day in this spot here. So that's a big tick in the box for me. Please come in. Okay, we're going to come into the kitchen. Please zoom in on the floor if you can, because I love that floor. That floor runs through to the kitchen and the hallway. I'm not 100% what's under the carpet in the lounge, but we can find out. Any interested buyers will find that out for you. But I love this these old brick flooring, if you like. These would have been an old, look like a Cambridge white or a Burwell white, but a really lovely feature of the floor. Kitchen, it's been here a while. I think it suits the cottage. For my money, it's missing an old Aga or a big range oven there, but this is what works for the current owner, which is absolutely fine, and I respect that. But what's also nice is these two windows here. So you've got that dual aspect. So again, in the morning, the sun's going to be here, lots of light coming through. That's north, so there's never going to be any sun there, but it doesn't matter. There's still that light coming through those two windows, which is really, really nice. There is a bit of storage here, so that's really useful, which is great because we all need storage space. Again, we talked about dual aspect of windows in that kitchen, where you've got two windows, window on the east side, window on the west side, and then you've got some French doors on the south side. So you're not lacking light in this room. It's a really lovely, bright and airy room. Now, for anyone that's over 6 foot, just need to consider this beam here. There was when I first met the owner, the lady did have a log burner in here, but she didn't use it. She's removed it temporarily, has got a little bookcase in there, but that's easily to be reinstated. You just need to speak to the experts on that and get that put in and installed correctly. And I believe this little cupboard here, lady used to use that as a log shed, a sort of log cupboard. But it's a little bit of storage. You can use it for whatever you like. You can see in here as well, you've got two radiators, a radiator on that wall, radiator on this wall. So I would say in the winter months, it's probably quite cozy and snug. If we come through here, so, you know, possibly more of a Victorian style bathroom, but I still think that's a nice addition in this older cottage. Nice roll top bath. I love the flagstone flooring. I think overall it's a really nice bathroom. Nice bathroom suite and some nice tiling and some nice decorative wallpaper. But of course that can be changed anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And again, a nice and bright window. Missed this window. There's another window here again. So there's light bouncing all over the place here in this room, which is really, really lovely. Let's go upstairs. So, as I said, it is a 2-bedroom detached cottage, and I would say 2 very good sized bedrooms. In fact, if this was a new build by today's standards, this floor space on the first floor would probably have been at least 3 bedrooms, arguably could have been 4, because this is a really good sized room. We're going to class this as bedroom 2. It is marginally bigger than bedroom 1. But the reason we're classing bedroom 1 as the main bedroom is because it has an ensuite. So this one's got the south side window. There's some storage in the eaves over here and bucket loads of character with the original beams, which is really, really nice. And all nicely decorated. Come through here, step up into bedroom 2. Again, lots of beams, which is really, really nice. And what you do have, as I say, which makes this the main bedroom, is you have an ensuite shower room, which is quite nice for a cottage of this age. Of course, that would have been added in many years ago. So nice size shower, WC and sink. Something else to point out, that a number of years ago, there was planning permission granted to extend the cottage this way. Some people are worried that because it's Grade 2 listed, there's nothing you can do. Well, yes, there are lots of things you can do. You just need to work with planning and the heritage team. So there was planning permission granted. That has expired, but if it's been granted in the past, the chances are it'll be granted again. So that's something to consider. So you could improve it. You could turn it into a 3-bedroom cottage very, very easily. And don't forget, this cottage is on the market at £500,000 as a guide price. It is in a nice, quiet spot. It's on Angle End in the village of Great Wilbraham. Thank you for watching.